here. And a lot of their issue is that they still believe in that they could choose something. That God, they can choose God whenever they want to. This is a Gentile mindset. This is why we have to know what we're fighting against, right? So understanding that is, we know that we are fighting, like, we know that the Gentile mindset is, I get to choose Jesus. And I don't have to have any responsibility in that because I can choose him whenever I want to, so it's not really, I don't really have to be bothered with, those curses and those blessings. But I do like the blessings, but, I'm going to choose Jesus, and whenever I do, that it's always going to be during the worst times of my life. So, I'm just trying to do what I can do as a Christian to choose Jesus, when in fact it's all about the Father choosing you, which goes deep, which makes a conundrum, which puts that concept in peril. This concept of, I do what I want to do, and then, I come back to Jesus, and then Jesus forgive me, and then, this is the Gentile mentality that is creating such a negative frequency on our people. We're cutting our nose to spite our face. But I guess that too is part of it, right? So my logic is that we just, when we look at how the world is today, and brothers and sisters all over, Big Judah, Big Levi, Abdullah, Sister Pat, the list goes on and on and on. D'Angelo, all these people are bringing forth a leader or an elite understanding of all things, not just scripture. It's not just about the scriptures. It's about how it's the application, how you take all things that are before you and you apply it. And at one point we applied it very well. We applied it very well because we were the light to the world. But then somehow that Gentile mind crept in. We can only imagine, and we can probably do some studies and find that it was this Gentile mentality. How did it creep in? Speculative, but it got there. And this Gentile mentality is one that is very pervasive and corrosive to our people. I'm just gonna I choose Jesus. I got my own personal Jesus. This is not that. This is a different. This is the star children. This is the Father. This is the universe, the creation, bringing forth an energy, a frequency to awaken his star children, so that they can be part of his kingdom to come. This is just part of it. And light is a energy. Light is a frequency. It is all things directed. It is all things given. It is all things that is connected. Light is what it is. So why would we believe that we would half-ass that light responsibility by saying, I choose you when I want the light, knowing that this is all carnal. So that means that your desires gonna catch you. I want that. I want, you utilize your power incorrectly, and that's part, and we know that too. That's part of the whole scenario of why we're in this state of this Gentile apostasy being right now. And we have to understand that too. We have to recognize that, if we're being separated or churned and separated, if you will, then we also have to understand what is against us and what we should not be doing and entertaining. And we all know this, but we need to understand that it's nothing to do with choosing. It has nothing to do with the individual's free will to choose. Your individual free will is not to do evil or not. But your choice has already been made for you by way of the Father. He chose. This is why their Gentile doctrines is old. It's full of holes. It's dated. It's mired in deception. It's not even true. It's just a lot of lies, and we know that. So, but this is the concept of what we have to bring, what we have to come with and get to, because we have to be able to be sure that we are not saying we choose God, we choose Jesus. And I know we don't, but nevertheless, that's all I'm saying. I mean, because it's a lot of things going on to where that piece of it is going to come back to you as a question for you to either A, persevere, or B, maintain, endure. And then C, maintain, I should say. But nevertheless, these are the things in the action, in the carnal. It's like a machine, it's all connected. So these are the things that we have to be doing and knowing and thinking. It's going to be controlling our thoughts away from Gentile thoughts. It's coming on us fast, this new eclipse. Sister Pat gave us a pretty big nugget in talking about, this is the pretty much the awakening eclipse. Her words, I haven't done a whole lot of due diligence, but that's the next thing after I, get off this here soccer field. But I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna check into that because that's interesting, and it being from the same solar eclipse is back from 1776. And see, that's what that destroyer was all about. That Pluto, that destroyer of the Gentiles. See, they all, Gentiles, that's what I'm saying. They think, I choose you. See, the Gentiles think that, that don't matter. That didn't happen. It didn't do this. It didn't destroy that. That's all conspiracy theory. But the whole time, remember, we were talking about the destroyer a while ago. And now the destroyer is wreaking havoc on it, but they don't have eyes to see that it began then. They don't have eyes to see that, which is part of their downfall. I mean, ultimately. But, we got to get back, like I said, we got to get back to our power, our light, our energy, our magic. Our divine power. I mean, it's funny. So is magic? What is magic, right? What is the antonym of magic? They're gonna say black magic, but wait, that word magic is in it. So is there even a word associated to magic in the power, like they do in the righteous power, like they do for their black magic? Or is magic the divine power word use, transliteration of the power of the Father, of his power? So are we supposed to be talking about magic or something else? But what we know we aren't supposed to be dealing with is their black magic, their madness, right? Their madness. Their magic.